What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be going over the whole list of the New York Giants free agents for the 2018 offseason, and we'll be going over who should we let go of, who should we resign, and so on and so forth there. By the way, quick note, my mock draft is coming. It's coming tomorrow, so stay tuned tomorrow. Go ahead and turn on your post notifications. Give this video a like. Our like goal today, we smashed the last like goal. You guys did amazing. On my LaShawn McCoy video, I asked for 25 likes. I got 150 likes and 14,000 views, so that was completely unexpected. So I'm still gonna keep the like goal pretty far down because I don't want to set expectations too high yet, being that maybe that was a little outlier there with that video. But I want to hit, let's give it a like goal of, I don't know, 30 likes, no, 25 to 30, let's say 40 likes on this video. That is the like goal today, guys. Go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and go ahead and leave your comment in the comment section below. We can definitely have a discussion about this. Who do you want to resign? Who do you want to let go of? And let's get started. So without further ado, here are the free agents for the New York Giants this upcoming season. Okay, first and foremost, if someone you know is a free agent and I didn't list him, please let me know in the comments. I checked the website sportstrack.com. They're usually very dependable, but there are some guys that I know are free agents that aren't there on the list, such as Brandon Dixon, the cornerback that we signed late last season that played for us last season in place of Janoris Jenkins. And then we also have Calvin Muson, the middle linebacker, undrafted free agent who played great for us, had 55 tackles, had a forced fumble, had 2 sacks. I mean, he played great. And I would like to re-sign him, but he wasn't on the free agents list, so I listed him down here. So anyway, but if there are anybody else that I'm missing, guys, you guys let me know. I know I probably have missed one. Sportstrack.com isn't listing everybody. Don't know why, but we have a lot of free agents, so let's get right into it. All right, so first up is Shane Vereen, and this is in no particular order whatsoever. So it's not from, best free agents to worst, no particular order. Shane Vereen is up next, up first, running back. I say we let go of him. I was preaching last season that we should have traded Shane Vereen because Shane Vereen is injury prone. First off, I mean, last year he barely got playing time, right? I think even when he was active, he didn't get much playing time. Last year was the same deal. His first year with us, he had a great season, and a lot of people were like, oh wow, Shane Vereen, that he had his best season. His best season was with the Giants. Didn't seem like it. It looked like he could do a lot more, but statistically he had his best season in his first year with the Giants. But he's injury prone. We have, unfortunately we have Paul Perkins, and I'm sure we can find another scat back out there. I mean, they're not too hard to find. A lot of colleges are a lot of players are coming out of colleges that are scat backs. A lot of wide receivers are turning into scat backs, so it is what it is. Shane Vereen, he's not really much, we're not losing much in Shane Vereen, and with this tight, compacted running back core, we could just, expand it a little bit more, get rid of Shane Vereen. I think he's like $2 million as far as cap goes. We'll be saving about $2 million. So, I mean, from 22 to 24, I think that's a little better there than keeping Shane Vereen for no apparent reason. So, let's get rid of Shane Vereen. We don't need him. Keenan Robinson is up next. This is a guy that we should just let go of. Last year, I really wanted him. He got re-signed really late in this offseason, the 2007 offseason. I think he was going into meetings with the Bengals, the Bills, and then he was deciding on coming back with the Giants. He decided on coming back with the Giants, and a lot of people thought he would be back as that pass coverage linebacker, but he was dealing with some injuries, and also he didn't play as well as anybody wanted him to. So, odds are, and then we're switching to a 3-4. I mean, he is a 3-4 linebacker because he played at 3-4 at Washington. But I have a feeling just Dave Gettleman has to just sweep up, and James Bettcher just has to sweep up this whole linebacking core to make them good. We can't keep the same players. We could keep a few here and there, but we can't keep them all, and Keenan Robinson is one of those guys. We gotta let him go. Moving on, DJ Fluker, guard / tackle. I think we should re-sign him. He played great as far as run blocking goes. I think he will be in competition of being one of the starting guards. here in this coming off season and in, you know, going into the 2018-2019 season. So I will keep an eye out for DJ Fluker, but hopefully we do re-sign him. Great depth. If he's not a starter, he's still great depth. He had great depth this year, so hopefully he could make that, you know, have a better production. Moving on, Jonathan Cassillas, linebacker. I say we let him go. Don't get me wrong. I know there are a lot of Jonathan Cassillas fans out there. I'm definitely one of them. You know, besides, you know, sometimes he gets injured. You know, he doesn't play a full 16 games, which is obvious. He's an older linebacker, and he's a big hitter type linebacker. You're going to see that. One thing I like about Jonathan Cassillas, he's a very good tackler, sure tackler. You know, he wraps up, and you're not letting, you know, you're not getting out of Jonathan Cassillas' hands. But he is getting older, like I said, and he's a typical 4-3 weak side linebacker. I don't think he's going to fit the 3-4 scheme that we're going to be running, so I say we just let him go. Let's get younger at linebacker. Let's get better at linebacker. So Jonathan Cassillas, we could cut ties with him. Justin Pugh, I say we re-signed Justin Pugh for obvious reasons. He was our best offensive lineman last year and the year before that, and pretty much the year before that. He's always been consistent. No matter if he was at tackle, no matter if he was at guard, he played great. I know there are a lot of Justin Pugh haters out there. I get that, but you can't lie. He was our best lineman. I mean, there's no dispute about that, right? You got to keep what you have that's good, because we're going to be reshuffling this offensive line. We need some pieces to start with for sure. So Justin Pugh, let's resign him. I'm sure he's not going to want a lot of money. So let's get him back. And I know that Andrew Norwell is rumored to be the highest paid guard by the Giants. We're going to give him all this money, what, over $10 million, over $12 million. That sounds great and all, guys, but we have $22 million in cap. You really want to give just about half that money to a guard? I mean, come on. And one guard? Come on. I say we get Justin Pugh and we sign a veteran guard and go from there. Maybe we can draft a guy. Who knows? But maybe if a guy like Billy Price or Isaiah Wynn slips up in the second round, we can grab him. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not liking this Andrew Norwell thing. I think it's going to bite us in the butt come later years when we got to sign like Landon Collins and all that. So, and then we've got Odell Beckham we got to deal with next year. So, hold off on the Andrew Norwell stuff real quick, but we're going to be re-signing, hopefully re-signing Justin Pugh. Moving on to Kerry Wynn. Good depth. I say we re-sign him. You know, odds are next season if we don't re-sign Kerry Wynn, we're going to get some undrafted free agent defensive end. That's all right. Or we'll, you know, get Avery Moss some more playing time. But Avery Moss will do fine with Kerry Wynn there. So I say we re-sign Kerry Wynn. Moving on, Weston Richburg. You know, if Weston Richburg would just learn how to run block a little better, I think we could re-sign him. He's a good pass protector. You know, he was talked about as one of the best centers in the league, and then he just fell off from there. So Weston Richburg, you know, I guess we shouldn't re-sign him. You know, he's not going to want a lot of money either. So, you know, if the asking price is low, we just take the chance on it. But if anything, we have Brett Jones, and we have to re-sign Brett Jones because he's also a free agent. So, you know, if anything, we get Brett Jones. He played great filling in for Weston Richburg, and we'll see where we go from there. Moving on, Geno Smith. Let go Geno Smith. Davis Webb. The Davis Webb era is in, baby. And if we get another quarterback, who knows? I'm not for it, really, but you know, say we do get another quarterback. I'm on the Davis Webb bandwagon right now, but we'll see. Either way, Geno Smith does not have to be with us. Moving, I would have liked to trade Geno Smith before this all happened. You know, if he did get more playing time in, you know, last season, get a quick 6th-round pick for him or something like that, something out of him, right? So, moving on, Ross Cockrell. We have to re-sign him. He was great depth, had 3 interceptions last year. You know, I think it was a great trade that we did. We didn't give up much. I believe it was a conditional round pick, and I think since he had 3 interceptions, I think we gave the Steelers like a 5th-round pick or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can't remember, guys. 5th or 4th-round pick, or I don't remember, guys. Forgive me. But yeah, Ross Cockrell, I say we re-sign him. He has great depth, and hopefully he could adjust in the slot a little bit more, but he's great depth. Moving on, Orleans Darkwa. My guy, Orleans Darkwa. My starting running back, Orleans Darkwa. We need to resign. This is my biggest priority this season. I know Saquon Barkley this, Saquon Barkley that. or Bryce Love, or, you know, Nick Chubb, or Sony Michel, or whatever, we need to keep Orleans Darkwa, guys, because he's going to be a really cheap option. He's not going to want more than, like, what, $3-4 million a year? Come on. And I know Saquon Barkley's going to be cheaper than that, but it's Orleans Darkwa we're talking about. He played, there's nothing that's wrong with our running game as far as our running back, starting running back goes. Look at CJ Anderson. They drafted a running back last year, and he's gonna be in competition to start. I forgot what his name was. I forgot. I forgive me on that. I believe he came from. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I think of Orleans Darkwa as a CJ Anderson type player. You know, he's a underdog. He plays great when you ask him to. Nobody ever gave him a chance. And look at starting his first season with the majority of his play time being starts. Orleans Darkwa played great. Had 700 yards on the ground. If he played a little bit more, if they let him start earlier in the season, the guy would have been a 1,000-yard runner with a garbage offensive line. So you got to give it to Orleans Darkwa, guys. Just think about it. Listen to me. Our offensive line is one of the worst in the league. This guy ran for like 700 yards in how many games? Like 15? No, like he ran like what, 13 games where he started? Come on, the guy would have reached over 1,000 yards if he played all 16. If he was a starter for all 16. So I want to resign Orleans Darkwa. Whether he's gonna be a starter or not, he needs to stay on this team. Moving on. Kelvin Sheppard, middle linebacker. Let him go. Let's move on from that. John Greco, who was a guard that played all right for us, not too bad this season. We signed him late in the season. We already re-signed him, so nothing to talk about that. And I think it was a good signing. I think it was a good job by Dave Gettleman to get some depth on the O-line just in case whatever he does in this offseason doesn't work out. We still have something to lay back on instead of just scrubs on the bench. So moving on, Mark Herzlich, great story. Let him go. I've been saying this, guys, for about 3 years now. Every time I make this video, the free agent video, great story. Let Mark Herzlich go. He's not good. This guy is not good. So just let him go. Moving on to Akeem Ayers, linebacker. We signed him late in the season along with John Greco. And I say we re-sign him, but of course not for a lot of money. I just want to see what he does in the preseason. If he doesn't do anything, gets hurt, whatever it is, let him go. You know, just because you resign somebody doesn't mean you have to keep them for the whole season. You can resign somebody for a small contract, no guaranteed money, completely incentive based, and freaking just throw them out in the preseason, see what happens, then you can maybe restructure the contract from there. So I say you resign Akeem Ayers, see what he has. He didn't get much playing time, so let's see what he has. Also, Ray Ray Armstrong, another guy I didn't see in the free agents list. Resign him. I know he actually played decent when he was playing with us. He got a lot of pressure late in the season when he was signed with us. So I say we resign Ray Ray Armstrong as well. Moving on, Darryl Morris, one of the cornerbacks we signed late in the season to fill in for Janoris Jenkins and Eli Apple and stuff like that. That whole cornerback core got flushed. So Darryl Morris, just get rid of him. Jay Bromely, 3rd round pick back in the 2014 draft. I mean, just a disappointment to say the least. I mean, he was nothing but a fill-in defensive tackle. He was supposed to be the starter this season. Then we drafted Dalvin Thompson. Dalvin Thompson had a phenomenal season that nobody expected. Definitely he had the best run stuffs as a rookie out of the whole rookie class last year. So Jay Bromely, there's no competition there. Damon Harrison, Dalvin Thompson, you're not going to get much playing time. And it's not like he's a pass rushing defensive tackle, which those two starters are not. So it's not like he brings something to the table that's different than those two defensive tackles. So just go ahead and get rid of Jay Bromely. Moving on, Tavarres King, wide receiver. Of course, re-sign him. He's great depth. Whenever you call upon his name, he will answer. So re-sign Tavarres King. Moving on, they already waived Deontae Skinner, the linebacker. They already waived him, so nothing to worry about there. Moving on, Nat Berhe, he has great talent. And for the round he was drafted in, the 6th round a couple years ago. And I was excited about him. Before we drafted Landon Collins, before we drafted Darian Thompson, this guy was supposed to be the starter coming in, and I was not opposed to that whatsoever. I thought you know, when he's healthy, when he plays in the preseason, he does fine. He's a big hitter, but this guy just can't stay healthy. He has I don't think he's played more than like 3 or 4 games in the regular season, and he's been on the team for like how many years now? 4 years now. And we're talking like a regular season game every year. Like, he averages 1 regular season game every year. I mean, it's ridiculous. This guy does not get playing time because he's always hurt. So, you know, the best ability is availability. He has to leave. So, the Nat Berhe safety is gone. Devon Kennard, clearly our best linebacker this year, and, you know, for the couple years ago. That's our strong side linebacker. Go ahead and resign him. He's a very decent strong side linebacker. I say we keep him. Moving on, Ryan O'Malley. I say we resign him. He's going to be a practice squad guy. That's what he was on last year. He's going to be on the practice squad once again. So go ahead and resign Ryan O'Malley. Brett Jones, center. Go ahead and resign him. Like I said, if Weston Richburg doesn't work out, we have Brett Jones. Adam Bisnowaty, we resign him. I know he didn't play. He was cut from our team and was put on the practice squad, and he was drafted by us. But I'm a type of person that would not give up on draft picks. So I say we resign Adam Bisnowaty. Robert Thomas, defensive tackle, we resign him. I like Robert Thomas, good run stuffer, huge guy, very strong, very powerful, and can stop the run. I like Robert Thomas. Jon Halapio, let's resign him. Good depth there in the interior offensive line. To Travis Rudolph. What the hell happened to Travis Rudolph? I mean, this guy was like in the preseason, we're like, wow, we've just found our guy for the future to pair along with Odell Beckham, la 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 la. And, you know, we found a new trio and stuff like that, but he didn't do much. He was dropping a lot of balls. You know, he dropped a lot of balls in the preseason, but then, you know, the positive outweighed the negative. But, you know, playing in the regular season, he just did not play well. When he was targeted, could not find the ball whatsoever. Didn't look like he knew the playbook. I mean, he was all over the place. But I do say we re-sign him because he is a good talent. That's not something I do not want to let go of yet. You know, if I'm Dave Gettleman, I hope that our coaches could get to him. I hope our new wide receiver coach could help him out. Our new offensive coordinator, our new you know, our new head coach that is offensive minded in Pat Shurmur. So I just hope that they all figure out a way to get Travis Rudolph, you know, to have him show his ability in the best ability possible, right? So, moving on, Calvin Muson, I want to re-sign him. You know, B.J. Goodson's good and all that. I actually think B.J. Goodson could be a very good middle linebacker in this league, but the guy can't stay healthy, and Calvin Muson is just going to have to be that guy that rides the bench until eventually B.J. Goodson gets hurt and go ahead and be that run-stuffing middle linebacker that he is. And then we've got Brandon Dixon. I say we re-sign him just for the preseason and see where it goes from there, because he did not play that bad, being that he was signed late in the season, just thrown into the fire. I believe like a few days after he was signed, he was just thrown in, you know, to start, and he actually didn't play as well as anybody thought he would. So, you know, I want to re-sign Brandon Dixon, see where that goes to. So, that is all of the free agents. Hopefully, you guys let me know who I missed in the comment section below. Go ahead and, you know, if you guys like this video, go ahead and like the video. Like I said, our like goal is 40 likes. And go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Leave your feedback. All feedback is welcome. And I will see you guys in the next video.